You shoot me in a dream, you better wake up and apologize.
Stuff your sorries in a sack, mister.
I thought it was there.
Congratulations! You've unlocked All Apologies, a show about apology tours and demanding satisfaction. I'm your host, Andy Q. Public, and with me, as always, is your co-host, Joe Sixpack. Joe, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. I just wanted to remind everyone that the live show is up on our Patreon now. You can find it by going to Patreon and searching for All Apologies Podcast, or you can go to allapologiespodcast.com, find all of our links there to Instagram, YouTube, the Patreon. Anything else over there, Andy? One thing is that
Instagram, the episodes.
You're on TikTok now?
Yeah, I gotta add YouTube, and I mean we're on TikTok now. We're on X now, and I don't pay as much attention. Usually, I'll just repurpose the Instagram content to X and TikTok.
Yeah, Instagram is really where it is for if you want to engage with Andy. He's on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram more than I'm on anything else. Especially TikTok, since it's basically just going away, right? They're getting rid of, they're doing away with it. Well, that's going to work out.
Yeah. I'd only like to also recognize that we saw Principled Uncertainty on the YouTube comments in there. We don't mine out the YouTube comments too much yet, but I just want to recognize anybody who's commenting on YouTube. We did see some of that.
Good point, Joe. You got to remember that should be part of this.
Way to go, dude!
Right.
And Principled Uncertainty is a day one dude. He's from the WATP verse, and he's been supporting us since we kicked this off and watching us go through all our growing pains. So thank you, Principled Uncertainty. He is on the Patreon, where you can find the All Apologies live show that features Carl Hamburger and Lucy Tightbox from WATP. So make sure you check that out if you have the means.
Yeah, and we take John Melendez to task. You know, if you're unaware of what the live show was all about, it was
don't spoil it. They can go pay and find out. Hey, leave it a mystery.
Hey, you gotta give people a little bit of a taste, right? I mean, you gotta let them know what it
goes topless. Let's just say that. No, she doesn't.
Lucy says she thinks Stuttering John is fuckable at one point.
Well, see, what I said was false, but maybe you can go and find out what Joe Sixpack said, if that was true or not.
Yeah, go find out if that was true.
And let's see, other shout outs that we got. Wahid said that we should never apologize for the Sarah Silverman thumbnail that I created on Instagram. Again, like if you want to see what's up with the show, go follow us on Instagram. And there's a very good Sarah Silverman thumbnail from last week's episode. Mm-hmm. But in addition to that, I had a little faux pas with the way that I do my Instagram follower management, because they've recently changed. Not to talk too much about how the sausage gets made, but it used to be that if you were maybe trying to like unfollow other accounts audience to find like-minded followers for your account, they would just put everybody at the bottom, and then you can figure out who the last person that followed you was and then delete everything underneath. But now they've changed the algorithm or something. They probably have some kind of app that's related where they shuffle them all in. So now people that follow you are peppered in with people that don't. So you have to go through them one by one. So they're probably trying to sell some kind of product that makes it easier, and I refuse to pay for it. But
it was Zuckerberg.
The point of this story is that Nervist is one of the guys that I accidentally unfollowed. He was very he said, "You unfollow me now. I hope you get wart on your butt." And I begged him to forgive me. I said it's an accident because of what I just described. And he said that I owe him an apology on the show. So this is my sincere apology to Nervhurst.
Yeah, we need all the followers we get. We're not going to unfollow anybody. Please, everyone, even if you just told us we suck every day, we wouldn't unfollow you.
The only because I'll go through and I'll look at people's accounts, and if they haven't posted anything in like 2 years, or they have like 8 posts or something like that, I'm just well, there's nothing to follow here.
Well,
I mean, that's the only reason I really unfollow anybody.
I'll tell you what. I literally talked to my wife today because it was like Gary Delabate singing Steve Miller on the Howard Stern show at some point. I don't know, with Stained. I don't know what era this was or whatever. Underneath it's like Stern show is the account that it was from, and under it says followed by my wife. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that my wife follows the Stern show. I'm being lied to. Like
It's
they're
all
lying to you when it says like this person and Andy follows Jordan Cheyenne, whatever her name was from the fucking the mini episode we just did. All right, I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way he follows her.
yeah. It's all an AI gambit at this point, trying like the internet trying to outsmart humanity.
I don't believe it. Be a little savvy, everyone. Be a little smarter than the fucking computer you're dumping your entire life into.
Yeah. Okay, speaking about people dumping their entire lives onto social media, Joe, take it to the bridge.
Andy, make sure they dump their money into the All Apologies Patreon. That's where they if you're gonna dump shit, dump it there.
All right, today we are covering YouTube abomination James Charles. And in April 2021, there was a YouTube implosion where beauty influencer James Charles had a show on there called Instant Influencer. And I don't watch that type of content, but it seems to be recommendations about makeup brands and how to put on eye makeup like you're a drag queen. And this in his content had 25 million subscribers. So this is back in the days of Charlie D'Amelio, and remember we on her episode she had that apology based on Chef Aaron May cooking them escargot instead of Easy Mac and chicken nuggets.
Right.
And then everybody got
nuggets.
Yeah, yeah. And everyone got pissed at her. James Charles was at that dinner. He was in that video. So he's centric to that type of era of YouTube streamers with millions of followers like that. So as vast as the internet and YouTube seems to be, these personalities that are all excelling in that space are kind of close knit. So you get people like Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein and David Dobrik and Charlie and Dixie. These are like the 1%ers of YouTube, and they all kind of fit in the James Charles category at this time on YouTube, right? So
I would say James Charles was doing at least a little more than your average asshole, like more than Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio. Like it's like the TikTok dance craze bullshit. At least James Charles is like, here's how you blend this or whatever. At least he was doing something to that effect.
And he was selling
somebody about something.
And he's selling products. It was more of like a pitch man, right?
Yes. Yeah. Or hey, look how good I'm at doing makeup, and then all the makeup people are like, use our makeup.
Exactly. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So once people achieve that level of success, it becomes a matter of what are they going to do with it? That all the money and the influence and the fame, are they going to use it for good, like a Mr. Beast, or are you going to use it for evil, like Trisha Paytas, the Medusa of YouTube? Are you gonna crush people?
Kraken? She's like all of the monsters. I wish we had gotten maybe a little. We should have at least set James Charles up like, hey, this was like the sunnier times for James Charles when he was really killing it. We do have some clips of that at the time, but really I dive right into him looking like, you know, a sobbing loser.
Right. Yeah. We're not here to glorify him when he
Yeah,
was
we're
at his
talking about
best.
his
We're here
wins.
to kick him while he's down. That's what we're
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
So
Um,
James Charles elected to use his YouTube powers to try and fuck underage boys. That's really what we're here to talk about. In
Wow.
some cases, straight underage boys.
Yeah,
So
this is really like legitimately young. Yeah, like when you're in high school, this is nightmare fuel for like 15-year-old boys, basically. It's just
yes,
like, you're gay. No, yeah, this is why 15-year-old boys call each other gay
yeah,
nonstop because this is what they're afraid of. You're going to trick me into sucking a dick.
yes,
Only James Charles was actually really doing that.
exactly. This James Charles is taking the gay agenda all the way back to 2021 to
He's
2019.
proving, yeah, he's proving that it's real.
Yes. So he would try and groom 15 and 16-year-old boys with promises of opening doors in their careers based on his YouTube success. In 2019, similar personalities like Jeffree Star is going to come up. We're working with Charles and Toddy Westbrook, right? And
Yeah.
there's you could probably explain this better than I
Yeah,
can, Joe.
I forget the brand, but when James Charles was like 17 and really just getting on YouTube and gaining some popularity because it's makeup and all this shit, Tati Westbrook was in like the makeup space, or like selling cosmetic products online. So she recognized his popularity and she kind of took him under her wing very early. So he fucked it all up, and we'll kind of get through
Right.
all of this. But in the first clip here, he's apologizing to Tati and her husband for fucking them over, basically. This he sets up in front of his apology wall to deliver a heartfelt message.
Hi all, James here. I'm currently traveling abroad and just woke up, but I wanted to sit down and make a video addressing everything that's going on right now. Most importantly, I owe two important people an apology. To Tati and James Westbrook, I'm sorry for everything that is going on and everything that I've put you through over the past few weeks.
Right. So James, one thing I was picking up with him going through the story, James is always like just waking up or just getting off a plane or traveling abroad. There's some reason he missed something and he's taken by surprise by everything that happened while he was not on social media. Oh my God, I just woke up from an amyl nitrate binge and I was shocked by what I just heard.
Yeah.
And by my intense ass pain. Like, what's happening?
I've been
And
traveling abroad, not in abroad, just to be clear. Vaginas
no
are weird.
bras.
No broads are harmed in the filming of this video.
So, Andy, for my package, I kind of instead of looking at a sad James Charles, all the way through, jumping back and forth between him and Tati's kind of side of it. So in clip 2 here, Tati's side, Tati has had it with this fake ass bitch.
But it was just about being lied to and feeling disrespected. And, James Charles, he had 9 days after Coachella to talk to me. He knows where I live. It's not far from him. He could have come face to face and chatted with me because he knew that this would hurt me. We've had plenty of in-person conversations that were at length about other influencers doing the same deal and him not liking sugar bear hair and dragging the other people and being like, Tati, I'm on your side. Like, you've got me. Like, I will support you. Yes, mom. Like, you've got my loyalty.
Next thing you know, they breaking you off some goddamn disrespect. Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's how Tati is feeling in this scenario.
I'll give her all my respect.
Oh yeah, all praises due for Tati.
She's the one good thing in this story. So what I did was grab some screenshots of James Charles grooming children. So Joe and I are going to do a dramatic recreation of that conversation.
Okay.
You're going to be Sam and I'll be James Charles.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't know who you were till last night. I just thought you were a really sweet, nice person.
Respect. Are you straight, I'm assuming?
I'm bi.
Really? Surprised emoji face?
Yeah, I mean, I never had any experience with a guy, but I do find men attractive.
That was unexpected. Okay, love that.
Me too. Unexpected? Laughing emoji?
Yes, laugh out loud. You just struck me as a very, very straight boy.
I thought I was straight for a while. You definitely shocked me when you walked in.
Yeah, I bet. Because you were wearing drag makeup. You should have said something after you saw us talking about you all night.
I wasn't allowed to. My supervisor was on me about being professional, and we were so busy.
Cryy face.
Cry
OMG.
face.
LOLOL. What does that mean? What does LOLOL? Laugh out loud
Out loud.
over long penis, I guess.
I wasn't even allowed to drop my phone number.
Did you try?
It's one of the rules, like, I had to sign when I got hired, like, because it's such a fancy restaurant, they don't allow a lot of interaction between busboy and customers. I would have loved to.
Okay. So these are the types of conversation that James Charles likes to have with 16-year-old models. And that one was maybe not so shocking, I would say, but I ordered them in a way to go from least shocking to most shocking. So let's move on with Joe's clip package here.
Okay, so now we get to what Tati's really upset about. So in this Instagram ad, here's what ruined a friendship. I put the aftermath of Coachella in the background to give it some zazz.
I also want to give a quick shout out to Sugar Bear Hair. I met their team weekend one at Coachella, and they really helped me and my friends out with sister security because it was crazy. You guys probably already know about their iconic hair vitamins, but they just came out with brand new vegan sleep vitamins. And first of all, they taste so bomb. But
Yeah, iconic vegan sleep vitamins are so bomb. Can you ingest the whole bottle? Will that elicit the response that I hope it does? I'm not sure. But that's James Charles, in a happier time there when he's
Right.
really
Where
feeling it.
he's saying that he loves the product Sugar Bear Hair that Toddy just said that he was dragging behind closed doors. I've never once eaten a vitamin that was iconic or bomb, Joe.
No.
Guys, all apologies is brought to you by Miralax. My constipation was iconic, but after drinking Miralax, my bombs are now bomb. Please,
Yeah.
I don't. People don't even know what iconic means anymore. It's like
Andy,
literally where it's lost all meaning.
Yeah, Andy, the Preparation H applicator is bomb. In my clip 4, I called Sad Toddy. I call this read between the lines.
I'm having one of those days where it's like smacked in my face of what's what and having to take a look at things and realize what they are and not wanting to realize what they are. The reason I started this was not for fame or money. And I have to really be in that all the time, like in that mindset. And it's made it really easy to say no to a lot of things while other people have said yes. And my story here on YouTube has just been different, and I like that. But it comes with some disappointment,
Yeah. I didn't start this for fame or money. and that's a good thing because James got all the fame and money. I'm just here in my camo fighting a war against fake ass bitches. And luckily, I have my live, laugh, love cursive in the background to remind me that what life is all about. But just to be clear, I didn't start this small business to make money, and I didn't create a social media presence to become famous. I'm not crying. You are.
Yeah. I'm doing my apology video from Rose's Apothecary from Schitt's Creek. But I got to say, a makeupless Toddy is still a smash, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would smash.
Yeah, she's in her camo, ready to fight for her right to
Fight off my boner.
She's fighting your boner.
Okay, let's take another look at another one of these text conversations from
great.
James Charles' DMs.
So
Okay.
you're saying James, so he's in white now?
Yes. And
hang on, let me clear
if you start a conversation like this, you should automatically go to jail. It starts, "Hi, Daddy."
Oh, the artistic makeup god. Oh, what's good? Peace
Oh.
peace sign.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Ha ha ha. Hi, not much. Just woke up. What about you?
Same, just getting ready to go on a few trips. Rocket ship. What brings you into my DMs?
Oh, where are you traveling to? Laughing my ass off. You're hot.
Man long trips. Spain, Ukraine, Egypt, Istanbul, and Africa. And appreciate that, my guy. I'm straight as could be, except for I'm going to Dubai to shit in a bucket for a chic.
So here's a 16-year-old model trying to convince James Charles that he's straight and not interested in him. But that doesn't stop James Charles from calling him daddy and trying to laugh his ass off at how hot he is.
One of the things I don't know if I fit it in here or the way James Charles is trying to fit it into these boys, but he's in a very difficult situation as far as for his age and the amount of money. He's attracted to fucking busboys and kids who are like just starting their first job at a restaurant, and he can't understand why it's not working out, why they're just not like his
Vibing.
he wants their dick to be his suitcase where he just carries around some boy toy with him the whole time, and he just can't understand why it's not working out. It's actually kind of sad. So in clip 5, this is a written apology that he issued to Tati. James posted this, but that was boring as just a written apology and not fabulous enough for our show. So I created an AI avatar to read it for us, and I tried to make it look like somebody who James would find fuckable. He's at Coachella.
I want to publicly apologize to my close friend Tati. She has been like a mother to me since my first days in this industry and has given me more love, support, resources, and advice than I could ever ask for. This weekend, I did an Instagram story for sleep vitamins that I've been taking because the brand helped me with security. When the crowd around me at Coachella became unsafe, I did not accept any money for the post. As most of you know, Tati has a vitamin brand which I take on a daily basis. But in the moment, I did not think about the competition, which was a major oversight. I have supported Tati both online and off like she has done for me, and am devastated that I hurt someone that I truly love and have endless respect for.
Yeah, so this excuse is very my dog ate my homework. So what you're saying is that you're just so popular that the Coachella crowd got so whipped up into a frenzy by your presence that you had to seek shelter with the big buff security guards that Sugar Bear Hair had provided at the event. And
Yeah.
instead of showing your gratitude by sucking them off, you decided to do a free promotion of their product that you know full goddamn well is direct competition with your mentor and friend. Yeah, that sounds real. It's just like a bullshit excuse.
what a good businessman.
Like to point out that in the last text that you and I read each other, oh, I just woke up. What's happening? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just like the same fucking bit.
Yeah. I'm so sleepy. I can't help but tell you how hot you are, no matter whether or not you're gay or straight. I'm so sleepy from these sleep vitamins that are so on fleek that I can't stop feeding them to straight minor boys who I'm trying to convince to blow me.
These sleep gummies are so iconic. I woke up surprised by your underage hotness.
Yeah.
Okay. In clip 6 here, Tati knows James has a lot of growing up to do, and that's why I titled this immature little bitch.
To not even get a text a few days prior, but right after that sponsored post went up to have a text like, hey mom, love you, I'm stressed. Just so you know, XYZ, I just did this post, but it's no big. And that's pretty typical of James Charles's behavior from the time that I met him when he was 17, before he really had taken off on YouTube at all. I know that he has a way of just getting what he wants. And I've always blamed it on his age. I've been like, oh, he'll grow up. Like, it's fine. He'll grow up. Like,
But his boyfriends won't.
Hey mom, I got ABC'd in my LMNOP and the guy XYZ'd all over my face. Their relationship is idiotic.
Yeah. Okay. I think we have yeah, Ed wants to know why he keeps calling her mommy. That was a thing for 2 seconds 5 years ago where hipster like zoomers were calling older people that they liked mommy and daddy. It's creepy as fuck. And speaking of creepy as fuck, let's get back to the text thread.
Hey, it's Sam. You were right. I am gay. I was closeted because of my friends knowing. I wanted to talk. If it's not the right time, I get it, but I still want to. Hey, it's Sam. Okay, and then he repeats himself because he's a fucking idiot. Say no if it's a no, but I thought I'd let you know that you were right.
James Charles is like, whose number is this?
Not mine. I have to delete message. So can you text me? I'm blocked.
So Sam is using his gay burner phone that he uses to stay in touch with all his homosexual rendezvous. Okay, James says, I'm really happy for you that you've thought about yourself further and have come to terms with your sexuality. That isn't easy, and I'm proud. After everything that happened between us, right now I have a lot of things going on in my life that I need to work on fixing, and I don't have the time or energy to try and make something work. I don't want to get hurt anymore.
He goes, that's understandable. This isn't my phone, so can you unblock me if
off of IG
or text, so in the future when things get better and you feel you're ready, maybe we can talk.
Sure, your number was never blocked and your Instagram is unblocked. It's not about me being ready, it's about you not being ready.
It's Sam, can you talk?
This fucking guy is a moron. We know it's Sam. It's like people signing their emails. Well, whatever. The point is that he's convincing this guy that he's gay. He's like, yeah, you're right. I am gay. So he's had a conversation with James Charles where James Charles is like, maybe you're gay. Let's find out. Why don't we stick each other's hands down each other's pants and see what happens?
No, I mean, you know what's really happening here, which is I don't think it ever comes up all that much other than James Charles does kind of be like, these boys are just like the queens of just too muchery. No, these are like young model kids who are trying to get any type of, traction or clout or whatever off of James Charles.
Right.
Like the point, well, I'm straight, but I'll be gay for the stay if it means I get more followers. And they're using James Charles's fame and they're using him to get more attention. And he's consistently disappointed with these young boys who are trying to get more famous off of him. That's what's happening. It
Okay.
doesn't really get said, but that is definitely what's happening. He like shows interest in them. They're like, I'm straight. And then they look on Instagram that he has millions of followers. And they're like, oh, I was straight until I saw how popular you are. Now I'm bi.
Right.
That's what's happening. In clip 7 here, learning and growing. Who's your harshest critic, Andy?
I'm so disappointed in myself that I ruined a relationship that did mean so much to me, even if I didn't do the best job of showing it all the time. A lot of most of my career over the past few years has been about me making mistakes and trying to learn and grow from them. And I haven't always done the best job of that. I can admit that. But I have always tried.
I'm going to side with James real quick here. Um, if one Instagram post is enough to ruin your relationship with someone, then were they ever really your friend? Shut up, Tati. Like,
Probably not.
you
I fully
it's just
blame Jake Paul for this learning and growing trope. I can't wait for Jake Paul to learn what a right hook from Mike Tyson feels like while his jaw grows further away from where it's supposed to be when he hits the mat. And I cannot wait to watch Mike Tyson beat it. Have you seen any of the clips of like Mike training up to fight Jake?
yeah, it's fucking frightening.
Yeah. Jake Paul should be terrified. It's going to be
Um,
hilarious to watch him, get knocked out in round 1.
Yeah, we covered Jake Paul in a previous episode, and there's not a lot to like about it. I do respect even anyone who has any type of guts to step in the ring with Mike Tyson, even if he's fucking almost 60, whatever. I'd give him a little bit of credit for taking this on. I
Well,
think he's gonna get his fucking clock cleaned, but
yeah.
we'll see what happens. I don't know. In my clip 8 here, titled Change, Tati has some sage advice here.
There's so much going on with James Charles right now that I do not support, that I do not agree with. Fame, power, and a fat bank account will change almost anyone. And if you don't have people that will tell you to your face that you're doing the wrong things, you will change. And I tried to be that person for you, James. I really tried. I don't think there's any getting through to you. And I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be associated with you. And I need to say that very publicly so that this chapter can just be closed.
This is like very Mean Girls kind of shit with like Tati's all, I don't want to be your friend. And it's like an extinction level event. Like, I'm closing the book, chapter over, friendship over, your
Yeah.
career over. Tati knows like she's built her house on rock and James built his on jizz and it's falling apart. It's gonna slide right off the cliff.
Yeah. I really tried as hard as I could to mentor a pedophile, but I'm a hot white lady and he wants nothing to do with that. I tried to dress up in my son's clothing for 2 seconds and James thought I was my son and tried to stick his hand down my pants. But then when he realized that when he held me down and realized that I had titties, he lost interest. And I can't work with somebody like that.
I put on camo and told him I was the new member of the Queer Eye crew, but he didn't buy it.
Yeah.
All right. In this next clip, another apology here. I call this one Keep Trying.
I wish that I could say this is the last time that I would make a mistake, but it won't be. I know that'll disappoint people more and more as I continue to learn and grow every single day. I'm going to keep trying my best and keep learning and growing and be the best version of me that I possibly can be. I'm sorry for that.
Learn how to tie a noose and grow a tree to throw it over. You fucking dick.
No, that's silly.
Super gay.
I will say that like James does have like a poise and a self-awareness that we don't see in some of these YouTubers. He is likable. Like he's a tragic figure to me.
Some might say too likable.
Yeah. He's so likable that straight men will entertain fucking him. I just don't know why he can't convince these boys to give his unwashed Coachella pucker a tongue bath. I just don't know why.
Ew, you're disgusting.
I understand that no matter what I say or do, there are always going to be people that don't believe me and will think that I'm lying. And that's okay. At this point, the truth really does not matter. It's the feelings that do. And no matter what happened, I hurt two very, very important people.
I've learned that people will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Also, these aren't very important people. Maybe to you, Maya Angelou is important to me, not Toddy Westbrook and her snake oil. But yeah, you tried to bite off Maya Angelou's shit, and it didn't work out very well, in my opinion. But
so the last screenshot I have is actually from Jeffree Star, who is basically another person like James Charles.
Alien?
Yeah. We're probably going to end up covering him also at some point. But he was getting information third hand from kids that James Charles was trying to groom and sent him this message. Are you going to respond to everything or pull a Manny 2.0 when you basically trapped Sam in your hotel room in Seattle and psychologically forced him to stay and made him feel horrible in their pennies you spent on the room? I knew something was terribly wrong with you. When Zach showed me the Snapchat message of you trying to force him to like you and send him photos, it was completely horrifying to see you use the same sentences as a rapist would use. He was so grossed out by your behavior and the way that you tried to make him feel bad for not reciprocating the same feelings.
Did you pull up any, do we have an image of Jeffree Star?
But yeah, this is a man, everyone.
Share my screen, Ed. Ah!
Yeah, that almost looks like maybe a rock star. I think Ed's version of Jeffree Star was even more off-putting, though.
You should get both. That's like Marilyn Manson without the makeup here, but
he said he had reconstructive surgery, so maybe like Marilyn Manson, he got some ribs removed so he could suck his own dick with his new lips.
Because there were like the images of that he was sending these kids, right? Like his bare ass and shit. Like, it's like,
I'm not going to subject our audience to that. People,
and he's not going to provide all his jerk off material to our audience.
Yes, I save it in a private file marked tax stuff on my phone. I don't share it on the show.
In my clip 12 here, awkward finish. Here's the final apology that I have.
To play the victim, and I'm not doing that today. I'm not.
Good point.
That is all I have to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I left all the silence in there because it sounds like he recorded this whole thing in an airplane bathroom. It probably smells like a $14 Big Mac shit in there.
Yeah,
but
well said. You're about as good at making a public apology as you are at staying away from teenage boys.
So in my last clip 13 here, called Tricks on Tricks, this last clip sets up the next phase of the story. What Tati gets into the grooming portion of it.
Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. It's really disgusting. to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out. You are using your fame, your power, your money to play with people's emotions. You're threatening to ruin them. You're threatening to embarrass them. And you're doing that to have them behave sexually in your favor, even if they're straight. And you know what? That's not okay.
Yeah, James is trying to tricks. It's tricks on tricks on tricks. Her exasperation with this same story she has heard him crying about over and over again. I find it hilarious. Again, The Rock turned you down, and Hugh Jackman's wife didn't take kindly to you trying to blow him. Shocker. Like, he keeps trying to like fuck straight dudes, and it's not working out. And all he does is call her and cry about the last straight guy that wouldn't blow him or whatever the fuck the problem is.
I did find a tweet from this model name that went by Isaiah on Twitter, and it said, "James, we both know I blocked you. You never asked for my age. After I told you I was 16, you proceeded to ask me for nudes, and I said it didn't matter. Oh wait, asked me for nudes, and James said it didn't matter. You called me hot and said, I wish the timeline could speed up so you can be 18. It's not child rape, but it's still grooming. And there was multiple stories that were like this. And it happened in 2019, and then it started happening again in 2021. He had a different apology video. He had another one where he was like showing text receipts and talking about the timeline and denying everything back in 2019, and it kind of died down and he got his career back. But now in 2021, people start really going after him because all of these kids on TikTok are showing text messages. They're comparing conversations with James Charles, and they're all kind of the same grooming stuff that we were just covering. Before he made that denial video, and he was all dressed up with the Ziggy Stardust makeup, and his hair is done, and he's just being a sassy bitch. And now that everybody is kind of onto him, he's gonna take the classic YouTube Dobrik eating the shit tactic video. So that's what we're at now. James is going to kick off the video by apologizing for having to have this conversation again.
First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I've made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one of these videos, because you shouldn't have to. And this is really, really embarrassing. When this all started online a few weeks ago, it sparked a large conversation, and many people have shared their thoughts and opinions. And I want to take some time to address literally everything in today's video. But before doing that, I want to make it really, really clear that I fully understand my actions and how they are wrong.
I know I said that I wouldn't hit on little boys anymore, but my audience is made up of nothing but little boys. I'm just playing the hand that I've been dealt, YouTube.
That is the problem. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I've talked about leveling up, and you have to change your behavior when you level up. And what I'm seeing here is similar to when I think older men date younger women, is you get stuck in this arrested development where like somebody who was unpopular in high school is trying to get back. For this is maybe a terrible example, but like Patton Oswalt dating Natty Gann, whatever her fucking name is or whatever, it's just like he would have never been able to get her when he was younger. But now he's in a position where he can, and so he does. Or if you're dating a girl in her 20s and you're in your 40s or 50s, it's like I never could have done it then, and I'm going back to where I wanted. In an older man's head, he's still 15 right? Like you're not looking at it from a rational perspective where I'm too old for this. It doesn't matter. The prize is the prize. And for James Charles, it's slightly opposite in the sense that he has so much fame and so much money at a young age that nobody else is on his level. He can't attract the right person because nobody else has the resources and money that he has. And so his dating pool options aren't anything that he wants. So he's left with these immature kids that keep fucking him over. And he's not savvy enough to manage that.
What am I supposed to do? Date older gay guys? Gross.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. That's 100%. He should be dating fucking Anderson Cooper or somebody
Right.
like that.
I know. Even though James is uploading the video on April Fool's Day, that doesn't mean that it's a joke to him.
Filming this on the night of March 31st. It is currently 12:54 in the morning. I'm alone here in the studio, and I know that when I upload this tomorrow, it is going to be April Fool's Day, which is awful timing because this video and this topic is not a joke in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want anybody to think that it is, but I also don't want to wait any longer to speak about this. I want you guys to know that this is very, very important to me, and I'm taking this very, very seriously.
It could still be a joke to Joe and I, though, right, James? It's still a joke to us.
Fuck all that.
Okay. So James is trying to figure out why this keeps happening to him in clip 3.
As I did more research on these topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter because I fucked up. And I needed to take accountability for my actions and, most importantly, apologize to the people that were affected by them.
I don't want to know what a pedophile's research is. I kept going back and collecting receipts and doing the research. And after 2 refractory periods, I was done with doing my research. Gross.
This is more let's be careful with our terms. This is more statutory rape than pedophilia. Okay, he's not interested in like small, like prepubescent children.
He's
interested
hitting
in
on minors.
Yeah, he wants to smell fresh pubes, not fuck a kid.
Well, I mean, it's the same as Prince Andrew banging a 17-year-old on Epstein's Island.
It is. Yeah.
But I mean, James Charles hopefully didn't get that far enough along. We don't know. I mean, there's for all we know, allegedly he didn't. But James has no one to blame but himself in this next clip.
As an adult, it is my job and my responsibility to verify who I'm talking to, and therefore there is no one to blame for this other than myself. To the guys involved with this situation, I want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I added you. I'm sorry that I flirted with you. And I'm really sorry if I ever made you uncomfortable. It is completely unacceptable.
Well, that's good to hear. Because as a straight guy, when James comes up to you and starts telling you how good your ass looks in those jeans, and he starts smelling the chair you were sitting on after you get up and leave, I do find that to be unacceptable. Yes.
Yeah, he's lucky he's not in jail. I mean, the shit that he was sending to boys that were under 18 like is not
Velveteen
okay.
Dream.
And it's very Velveteen Dream when we covered that. No, but it is he knew, like, there really is no, I've been kind of making sort of excuses for the behavior, but there really is no excuse for it. He knew goddamn well that these kids were not old enough, to be sending him. He's like, doing the kicking his feet on the bed, up behind him on bed with his fucking ass hanging out and shit. It was not okay. Like, it's verging on pornography that he was sending children.
Well, okay. Lucky for me, I didn't get that far into the evidence.
Oh, I covered all the evidence in my load, so you won't be able to see it.
Jesus Christ. Joe has all the evidence downloaded onto an external hard drive.
It's all been ruined.
Now, it's not that James is a huge creep. It's that he has bad luck in clip 5.
I honestly just thought that I had really, really bad luck and that I was being taken advantage of when that wasn't the case at all. And I had the mentality that I could reach out to literally anybody and use my Explore page and For You page as eventually I would just happen to find the right person. But that's just not how dating works, literally at all.
I've just broken so many mirrors and walked under so many ladders that I got into a routine of approaching underage guys. A black cat crossed my path the other day, Joe, and it turns out it was a 14-year-old straight male cat. I just can't win.
Well, I mean, you can't help who you're attracted to, but that doesn't make it okay for you to fucking act on it. Like you're just not doing it right. It's nobody says no, right? Like to this dude, or he's living in a world where he won't accept a no, and it's a problem for him.
Right.
Legally, like it's a legal fucking problem. And everyone's scared shitless. This is why getting raped in prison is like the biggest nightmare for people. Or, it's just like this guy is like, it's what every fucking Christian person thinks in the world is that James Charles is going to walk in and convince you to fuck. Like that's what they're all afraid of. They're afraid of this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Big Dick Randy, probably.
Yeah. He's the gay agenda personified. And you might think that his proclivities are the problem, but he actually has an explanation for all of this in clip 6.
It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate. I do understand that with these videos coming to light, it's really it's really looking, period, like I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with. And I just want to say firsthand that is absolutely not the case. My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older that I can relate to and that can make me laugh. And unfortunately, I've not been able to find that person yet, but the idea of actually being in a relationship became so important to me that I was willing to trust too quickly, miss out on red flags, and most importantly, not take the precautionary measures that really anybody, but especially somebody with a public platform, should be taking before talking to anybody. And
this is a D'Elia-esque pivot away from one problem to a different explanation. Do you see what he's doing here? It's not that he's a pedo, it's that he's desperate for love. And now everybody feel bad for James Charles.
It's not even, it's that he's checked every other box. Like it's the Gary Delabate. My career's at a 10, but my relationship's at a 3. Like he just can't understand why he's got the fucking world by the tail. And the one thing that's missing in his life is a significant other that, because he's the other bullshit part. I just want somebody my age or older that makes me laugh. No, you want them to be, super hot and a model, and you can't find that. You're searching for what you want, but you can't accept that it doesn't exist. Like you're looking for a unicorn. It doesn't exist what you want right now, where you are.
But James is going to make it an even more innocuous issue to explain why he did what he did.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, at the time that I posted No More Lies, I really thought that like the only issue was kind of like the straight guys and being lied to. But I now realize that it was obviously a much deeper problem. And I really wish that at that time I had spent the time to sit down, look at myself in the mirror, and try to get to the root of the problem and understand why I was actually allowing myself to get into these situations instead of just brushing it off and saying, like, it's the straight guys and it's the lie. But like I said, I didn't. And as time progressed, my desire for a relationship never really went away. And I slowly started ignoring red flags again, and also ignoring my friends and the important people around me that warned me that I was going to get hurt. And to them, I also feel like I really owe an apology, because I should have listened. And I feel like if I did, we probably wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, it's his lack of attention to detail that led him here, Joe. If he was just better at asking for ID, then this all could have been avoided. I have this problem too, Joe. I have ADD, so my lack of attention to detail I'll overlook some metrics that I need to deliver on, and because of that, I've hit on no fewer than 4 minors in the last month, and it's just that's a flaw that I'm working on.
My favorite part of that is when I dropped No More Lies, that iconic YouTube post that I put out that ended the finale of season 3 of my fucking YouTube season here that everybody knows about. You remember when I put out No More Lies, everybody?
Joe, that
very popular fucking video I put out.
Well, Joe,
everybody knows about.
Shut up. That was I'm trying to explain to you that was the first 2019 apology video for the previous allegations when he got accused of this 3 years prior to this video. So he's referencing that because it already had, like, this is the second time he's had to do this. But the first time he was denying it all. Now he's
I get that, but I'm just saying he's referencing as if we fucking all know about it. He's a little too full of himself.
Well, I guess if you're watching this, you would know about it. Maybe.
You're
right. You're right. He is full of himself. You're right about that.
He's full of something, or wishes he was.
Yeah. James is consulting spiritual leaders or something. See if you can decipher what he actually means by this horseshit in clip 8.
It's important to share my thought process and the conversations that I've been having with myself and professionals behind the scenes in order to help myself fully understand the situation so I could properly hold myself accountable for how I got here in the first place.
So who are these professionals? Lawyers? Psychiatrists? Kevin Spacey? What professionals are you referring to?
Andy, why are the hot ones always crazy?
Get out, you're off the show. Okay. In the next clip, James is a celebrity, and it's hard for him to separate the person from the character in clip 9.
The excitement that comes with talking to a celebrity is literally enough to make somebody do or say something that they normally wouldn't, even if that celebrity isn't intentionally weaponizing their fame, money, or power. And that's the concept that I just wasn't getting, but I now do. Even though I'm able to turn off my social media and just talk to somebody outside of the spotlight about something normal, in normal clothes and no makeup on as James Dickinson, that doesn't change the fact that to them, I'm still James Charles. And that's something that I can't turn off. For me, having a public platform has become such a huge part of my life that at this point, it does feel normal. But I have to understand that to 99.9% of people, it's not normal and will never be normal. And that's where the power imbalance lies that I wasn't understanding. But I'm so glad that I finally do, because like I said in 2019, taking advantage of that power imbalance is something that I would never, ever want to do.
So his real name is James Dickinson. Arguably a better, gayer name, wouldn't you say? He's trying to put his dick in your son.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Is he related to Bruce Dickinson? Like, he's because he was talking about being a power slave? I thought, like, I'm just like, holy shit, he's related to James Dickinson.
Power bottom slave.
Bruce Dickinson. Yeah. Dick in son. Yeah. Got those fucking teed up
Power bottom slave. Yes, we get it.
Yep.
All right. My clip 10 says my favorite trope of he's gonna use you already used it too. The assertion that doing fucked up shit is not okay.
Happened was not okay, and I don't want to just forget about it. I should have been more careful in every single way when it comes to the ways that I was looking for a relationship. I didn't do the proper research, and for that, I'm once again ashamed and embarrassed.
Yeah, being a gross pig is not okay, to put it mildly. Creeping on straight boys, if they're over 18, still not okay. If they're under 18, time to get chemically neutered. It's not okay.
Ed's asking about what research is he supposed to be doing. This is what the bouncer in front of the tour bus does for you, which is he checks the ID
Yeah.
and makes sure that they're 18 before they can even come on the bus and get sexually assaulted. That's the research. James Charles is failing to look into get access to the DMV
Yes.
database and figure out how old everyone is.
Yes, at this stage in the game, when you're that kind of famous, I forget what band it was, but they have a video camera and today's newspaper and the girl's ID, and they're just like, you gotta say how old you are, you gotta say you're cool with everything that's gonna happen, or you're not allowed on the tour bus. And that's what James Charles should be doing and isn't doing.
Consent. Everybody, where's your consent form that
Yeah.
everybody has to sign before you fuck? It was like the style 5 years ago. I don't know when this all happened, but everybody knew that you had to have your own personalized consent form that says I consent to fuck Joe Sixpack, even though I want to vomit at the thought.
Right. Now, listen for the language in this portion of the video, which has all of the things that you're supposed to say when you're making a statement of this kind.
I'm a firm believer that when scandals or situations like this happen, you can get on camera and upload an apology video where you say sorry a million times all day long. But the only way to actually show and prove that you are sorry is through action and change. And I'm going to change. This whole situation has been so embarrassing and I'm ashamed. But like I said, I'm now educated and fully understand what went on. And I'm making a promise to all of you right now on camera that I will be way more careful moving forward with every single person that I.
Does that sound familiar to you at all, Joe?
Yeah.
Hey Siri, have ChatGPT write me a YouTube apology. Thanks, Siri. That's what that sounds like.
His stupid hair looks like a Q-tip that was used to clean out the remnant of a fucking crevice.
Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. The only people are the two-a-days assholes with the fucking bangs that flip up, or with the fucking kids with the curled out
the Logan Paul haircut. Or I
Right.
saw somebody on Instagram calling all those kids that have the poof haircuts the broccoli kids. I've been calling them the mushroom head kids, but broccoli kids is way better.
If I could give a note, fix the hair.
Well, normally he's doing the thing where he has no makeup on and no hair stuff in. Normally he's got all of the makeup on and all of the hair done. So it's his attempt to be real. He's keeping it diarrheal.
But we could see from my apology video, right, that's the real rock bottom, fucking no makeup, no hair done, like blank wall, like nothing is happening.
Yeah. I just woke up in Istanbul off of a bender.
I had to abandon my standard uniform of black hoodie and black hat too, so I would not be resembling James Charles at all in any of these videos.
You had to go photo negative of a pedophile.
Yeah, he was stealing my style, and I'm like, I don't want to look like a gay pedophile.
Too late.
More like a gay pedophile.
All right, last clip. James is gonna wrap up the video right here.
I understand how and why I, and only I, caused myself to get into this situation. I understand that this could have and should have been easily avoided, and I also understand that I need to be aware of my platform at all times. I didn't understand how a situation like this could affect the people involved, but now I do. And for that, to the victims, I am so, so sorry. And I promise that something like this will never, ever happen again. I also feel like I owe an apology to my friends, family, team members, and also fans that had to watch this all go down again. To all of you guys, I once again wish that I had listened earlier on. You guys saw this and I didn't, and I'm really, really sorry for not taking that seriously and not being a better person and a better role model like I promised that I would be.
I understand that you are and will continue to be a creep, and that you can and should fuck off into obscurity. And
I'd like to also say that these are like reverse ordered, right? So
what do you
the
mean?
real rock bottom happened when he sponsored Sugar Bear Hair, and now he's lost his business relationship with Toddy Westbrook, and where the money is really getting fucked up. That's the rock bottom, not this apology that happened years ago about trying to fuck the wrong person. He's all happy, whatever. That's a fucking irrelevant. He's still all fucking glammed up, or a little toned down. He doesn't have the pride flag makeup down his fucking cheeks into his hair and whatever he fucking would normally do. When the money fucking goes away, that's when I'm a sad motherfucker.
And I just want to say that he's got a brother that refuses to talk to him for like the last 2 years. So there's got to be some truth to this. I mean, if your own brother wants nothing to do with you, then that's telling. But
Yeah, you would know.
yes. So
Um,
what do you think, Joe? Were you convinced of anything in these couple of apologies? You could break them up. Do you want to start with yours and move on to mine?
it's all the same. It's all the
Yeah.
same scenario. I do still continue to look at him as a tragic figure, where there's bad timing, bad decision making. It didn't have to be this way. I don't think he's a terrible person, but I think he couldn't accept the reality of certain situations and was trying to force what he wanted, gay sex, onto an unwilling participant. I consider it just to be pretty sad, not really like criminal, not like evil. I don't think he's an evil person. I think he's a tragic person.
Sure. And yeah, like you were saying, we were making a lot of jokes at his expense here, and it's just a bad look for the gay community, which has like they don't need this kind of reputation. It's just this is what they don't want.
If he can't pull it off, then what chance do the rest of the young gay men out here have? If James Charles can't be happy, then who can?
Lots of people can. My point is that this is not indicative of the gay community. James Charles gives the gay community a bad name. That's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
Yes, I'm saying like he can't pull it off. Like it looks bad. It just looks bad. Okay, cut this all out.
I'll cut your part out.
No, I was just saying he should have the world by the tail, and he doesn't. Like he wishes he should be able to have it all. Like this is when we talk about influencers, when you talk about people with money and power and all of this stuff. You should be able to.
My problem with what you're saying is you're saying he should be able to have what he wants, and what he wants is a boy by the ass, and you're saying that that's okay.
No,
that's what it sounds like you're saying.
Okay, no, what I'm saying is. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. No, I'm saying like he can't have what he wants, and
because he's sick.
I don't. Is that it? Like if he fucking found like his soulmate in a 21-year-old, he would be happy. He can't find it. He can't find somebody on his level. It doesn't exist. He's just like out there killing it in his own way, that in a way that no other people can really. He doesn't have a lot of peers, is what I'm saying. They're not on the same level. He can't find his person. It's sad. He's sad. He's a sad person.
Very good. I'm going to give James Charles this.
I apologize.
Shut the fuck up!
With a side order of
Chillamo.
Okay. So, and I want to encourage all of our listeners to please go follow us on Instagram. Leave comments, leave apologies. You can message me there. I want to encourage everybody to check out the All Apologies live episode that is now available on Patreon only. And it features Carl Hamburger and Lucy Tightbox. So if you want to check that out, we put mini episodes out every Monday at 5 p.m. And it would also help if you would rate and review the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. So I'm Andy Q Public for Joe Sixpack saying,
Stay sorry.